I'm Jon Leiberman. For years, I was a correspondent for America's Most Wanted, hunting the most dangerous fugitives in the world, helping to bring the victims and their families justice. This is the inside story of the hunt for one of America's most wanted criminals. This is Captured. The inside story of Robert Hanssen, the FBI agent who became one of the most damaging spies in American history. Robert Hanssen was a 25-year veteran of the FBI. To his colleagues, he was a quiet counterintelligence expert trusted with the nation's most sensitive secrets. But beneath that facade, Hanssen was betraying his country at the highest levels, selling classified information to the Soviet Union and later Russia for more than a decade.
Now let me be clear. Individuals who commit treasonous acts against the United States will be held fully accountable.
The FBI says Hanssen's double life began a few years after he joined the agency.
Hanssen allegedly began spying for the Soviets in 1985, when in his first letter to the KGB, he volunteered information that compromised several sensitive techniques.
He continued his espionage through the collapse of the Soviet Union and into the era of the Russian Federation. All the while, he remained anonymous to his handlers, using dead drops, secret locations on street corners and under bridges, to exchange information for cash, diamonds, and Rolex watches. Hanssen's leaks were catastrophic. He sold more than 6,000 pages of documents, details of U.S. nuclear programs, and most tragically, the identities of Russians secretly working for the United States. Some of these assets were arrested. Two met a worse fate after being compromised.
When these two KGB officials returned to Moscow, they were tried and convicted on espionage charges and executed.
Despite the arrest of another infamous spy, CIA agent Aldrich Ames, in 1994, breaches continued. The FBI knew there was another mole. In 2000, a breakthrough. A file smuggled out of Moscow pointed to an anonymous double agent. The Bureau launched a massive internal investigation, deploying 300 agents to catch the traitor. Enter Eric O'Neill, a young FBI operative assigned to work undercover as Hanssen's aide. O'Neill's mission? Gather evidence without tipping off his boss. The turning point came when O'Neill secretly acquired Hanssen's Palm Pilot, which contained an encrypted schedule of dead drops, the smoking gun that would bring him down. February 18th, 2001, a cold Sunday morning in Foxstone Park, Vienna, Virginia. Hanssen walked onto a bridge, placed a package of classified documents under it, his signature dead drop for the Russians. As he returned to his car, FBI SWAT teams moved in. The FBI and the Justice Department announced the arrest.
The FBI moved swiftly and discreetly to effect the arrest. Today's announcement is a result of their professionalism, skill, judgment, and dedication.
Hanssen was charged with espionage. The indictment listed 21 counts, including conspiracy to commit espionage and attempted espionage. The Justice Department said he caused grave injury to the security of the United States.
Since becoming director over 7.5 years ago, I've ministered the FBI oath of office to over 4,600 special agents of the FBI. Regrettably, I stand here today both saddened and outraged. The FBI agent who raised his hand and spoke those words over 25 years ago has been charged today with violating that oath in the most egregious and reprehensible manner possible.
To avoid the death penalty, Hanssen pleaded guilty to 15 counts of espionage and conspiracy. He was sentenced to 15 consecutive life terms without parole, spending the rest of his life in solitary confinement at ADX Florence, Colorado. He died in prison in 2023. The Robert Hanssen case was a wake-up call for American intelligence. A reminder that sometimes the most dangerous traitors are those we trust the most. I'm Jon Leiberman for Scripps News Group. This is Captured.